Hey, welcome back. It's been a minute. Been a little busy. Work, you know, stuff, things happen, get in the way. Trying to find some new work in the meantime. Got to keep the construction going. So, with that, car gets back burner for a minute. But I'm back. Gonna make some steps here. Hopefully, progress a little bit. Gonna get back into this trunk to get another step done in it. I feel like I've been in this thing forever. I mean, I might as well just sleep in this thing. So we'll get it wrapped up, at least maybe this much closer. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. And then move on. I say that. I hope. But let's see where it takes us. So basically, I've already cleaned up the tools and everything up and out of the trunk. A little bit of vacuuming. But what we're going to do right now, is work on getting all this dry seam sealer out so that we can clean up these seams here and get all this recoated. Get it looking good again. So get this wrapped up. So clean up seam sealer, primer, re-seam sealer, and either a primer or a finish coat on top of that. Get it all wrapped up. This is some of the really monotonous work that probably won't show a lot of video time on because it just takes, honestly, it takes a while to do, but it's needed and the end result is nice. So this old stuff is just so brittle and it just really just chunks out. There's look at that. It's not really doing much of any good except for just sitting in the groove and probably holding in the moisture and the rust that starts to form. So I'm just going to work my way around this and get this all cleaned up. And we'll show you the result of that. Okay, well, I've got a few things going on with this trunk right now that I have to address. And I mean, it is what it is. These are the things that you come across that you end up making a decision on going one way or the other. I've got 1 year to get this thing done. Well, not done, but at least on the road and drivable. That was my main goal. Is just I want to be in it and driving it by the time that I'm 50. So we'll have to address some things later on. That's just what's going to happen. Let me show you what I'm talking about and what I'm about to do. So I've been in here cleaning up the seams. I'm going to come back in here now and hit all this stuff with a wire wheel or grinder, or not a grinder, but just clean it up a little bit, so it doesn't look so that. Okay, then hit these spots and come back in here and hit all this and get them cleaned up some. Get the trunk cleaned up some so that I can come in, get some primer across here, get some seam sealer back in here, and take care of that. But here's my problem. When digging this seam sealer out and getting into this area over here, you start to see things like that, unfortunately. And that's still floor pan of the trunk down here. And I've looked under there, and that's hard for me to address because it's at the brace. Look, it goes even over here. It's at the brace and into the body, and of course, the body has to be addressed here as well. So I'm just going to pretend I didn't see that. Address it later. You know, I'm ready to move on. So I'm going to go ahead and protect what I've done, and we'll address that when the time comes. You know, obviously we'll have to get back in here, but I'm not being pro about it. This is going to be a driver, so we'll just take care of it as I need right now. So here we go. I'll take care of this trunk. Also, the other thing to think about was, you know, yes, I was doing repairs in this trunk, but the main reason for doing that was actually to get practice with that welder in an area that doesn't really get seen very much, so that I can get the front floorboards done and make sure that that welder will work for the front floorboards, so that that'll end up looking nice and being sufficient for what I want up there. So, okay. Okay. Yeah, little strip disc on there, you know, is it perfect? Sure. Yep. All right. So next, I'm gonna come in, put some primer down, you know, hide all the stuff that I don't want you to see, because it's perfect. Remember, don't question. We're good. That's all you need to know. Anyway, we'll get that primer down in here. Let that, you know, soak in just a little bit, and then seam seal it, and make sure that we hide the other things that I don't want you to see. And yeah, get it to where it's, you know, just like a pro did it. Nope. Here we go anyway. All right, well, while I let that dry, I'll have me a nice little cold beverage, and we'll let that set in. Come back with some seam sealer. All right, well, next we'll go ahead and do the seam sealer. Get it in here. Start with a small bead around that wheel well. All right, back again after picking up the kids and having dinner, relaxing for a minute, letting this seam sealer kind of set up a little bit. It's not completely dry, but it doesn't need to be. It does have a film over top of it that has kind of sealed it up some, but now I'm just going to give it a quick coat and get in here and put a final primer on this, and maybe take care of some of the other areas that weren't rusty up the sidewalls and everything. One can, ooh, wrong one. One can is not going to go as far as I need it to go. So I'll do what I can with it. Can. Bad joke. Sorry. And we'll just go from there. So just to finish it up. If I need another can, I'll pick it up. Take care of the rest of it at that time. Well, that's it. Honestly, won't take much more, but I don't have any more black primer. I have a gray primer. That'll just look funny. So I'm not going to do that. But it's another day on the car. I'm good with that. So, work on car. Get that marked off of there. And you know what? I'll be back on it tomorrow. Finish up that last little bit. And I guess and move on over to the front. Get that floorboard in so that I can get the other floorboard in so that I can get the bushings on. And then we'll move on from there and see what's next. On the list, probably work on car. Tell you what, I'll pull you in real quick. I did get this side done with primer and also did back along where the shock towers are. Just, it looks cleaner than me stopping it up early, so got all that done. But I'm really pleased, especially with how this wheel well came out. Looks really good. You know, patch job there, patch job up there, a little bit of welding right here. So, you know, I'm happy with it. I'm happy with it. You know, I think that's going to be good to go. Cool. Anyway, again, Kevin, Bent Rod Garage. Thanks for coming. Like, subscribe, tippy tap below in the comments. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you're working on. Let me see what you're doing. Well, I guess I can't see, but tell me. You know, visualize it. Put it out there. Get yourself in your own garage. Work on your car. Appreciate it. See you soon.